Oh, you're a bit wobbly. Oh, a bit wobbly. So I'm kind of stressed right now because Keith has a broken tooth, I suspect, on his left upper side. He hasn't been finishing his dry food and he's been licking his lips a little bit more often, and we all know Keith loves a good snack. And it's just been a bit more quiet, and if you can see, the left side of his face looks a little bit more puffy than the right. So I'm kind of worried that he needs a dental, and I guess we'll just have to see. So I'll bring him in tomorrow to work and see if my colleague can have a look at his teeth. Success. Oh, you hurt me. Sorry. It's okay. So my colleague so kindly helped check him over, and we found that he indeed has a fractured upper canine tooth and led to pulpitis. So I was really upset when I heard about this, because from the get-go I tried so hard to make sure that Keith's teeth were kept clean and healthy, and in the end I couldn't prevent him getting this injury, so I kind of felt like I let him down. But I guess it's important to know that you can try your best to prevent all these things, but at the end of the day you are doing your best, so don't be too hard on yourself. Sorry, kitty. Lots of love from Charlie. About 1 hour and 15 minutes later, we finished the procedure, scaled and polished all of Keith's teeth, and woke him up from the anesthetic. Take off your bandage now. Dental done today. He had a fractured upper left canine that was, I think, due to some kind of traumatic cause, and then there was exposed pulp, so we had to remove the tooth because it can lead to infection, and it was very painful. He had a little bit of swelling on the left side of the face, and I was really worried because I haven't done a surgical extraction before, and he was the first one. So I got so nervous to a point where I wore the wrong type of shoes to work. Luckily I was on kennels, so I didn't have to see clients, so that was fine. And then on today, so basically, luckily kennels is where we do inpatients and we do investigations for any cases that need doing. Luckily it was quite calm. Can't say the Q word because Q word is curse word. If you know, you know. So kennels was quite calm. So my boss was like, okay, you can do the dental today, and I was like, great. So gave him some sedation and gave him some nerve blocks, and then we started the dental x-rays, and he was a very good boy. He took the pre-med fine, and we did the x-rays, and all of his teeth were pretty much healthy. They were all good. No significant periodontal pocketing, which is great, and it's just the left upper canine that had pulpitis and exposed pulp. So then I did a triangle flap to lift the gum flap up, and my clinical mentor was there to coach me through it, which was great. So essentially what we did was I had Keith lie in dorsal recumbency, so lying on his back, and I had access to his upper left canine, which is the red colored tooth in the drawing, and so I lift his gum up to I lift his lips up so I can expose the gum. The blue line is the mucogingival junction, and essentially the dotted lines is where I incise to lift up the flap. So once I got my gum flap, I've lifted open and I expose the bone. So what I did was I then burr down the bone. As you can see, it's the dotted sort of rectangle shape colored in purple, and you don't usually have to burr down the whole bone. My clinical mentor said you just need to burr down the sides and also at the bottom so that you can expose the tooth root, and also an area where you can sort of stick your elevators in to rotate the teeth to remove the tooth root. Not very technical, but that's basically what I did. The key thing is patience. You don't want to move the tooth too rough too quickly because that can cause fractures. So after I was really patient in waiting for the ligaments to relax, and then I got the tooth out, I then sutured the flap over the gum with 50 monocryl simple interrupted sutures, and they are dissolvable sutures, so they essentially will just dissolve after a few weeks, and that was it. Job done. It went good. It was okay. And the dental x-rays were quite good as well. I learned new skills of doing the infraorbital nerve block and surgical extraction. And Keith woke up brilliantly, thanks to the care from all my colleagues. And he's eating hard food already, which is crazy. And as you can see, the pain relief is amazing. He wasn't really sore when we touched around the mouth, and he's happy to eat hard food. So I'm really pleased with Keith's progress, and he will be on some pain relief. And thank you for being such a good boy. I can bribe you with food. You can have all the treats. Good boy. So yeah, first surgical extraction, and finally Keith doesn't have a painful mouth, so I am very happy. And he will probably continue to, to be very playful now and wake me up at 3 a.m. So relieved. So relieved. Okay. Just say bye-bye to your fans, Keith. Say bye-bye. Okay. Here you go.